Again, they say, evaluate the interval by completing the square and using trig substitution. Let's take a look at it. And let me write this down for 84x plus 7x squared. I'm going to write it down as 7x squared plus 84x. I like to factor out the coefficient of the x squared. Not everyone does, by the way, but I do. What's that going to be? 12x. What's half of 12 is 6. When you square it, you get 36. Now, of course, when I do that, I got to be really careful here. It's, let's see if I did that right. 7 times 12, 70, 84. Oh boy, 7 times 36. I'll write it down for you. It's going to be 7 times 36. I got to take it away. Now, someone says, why don't you multiply it out? I might have to. I'm just saying I don't feel like multiplying it now. What I'm going to do is factor it. I'm going to say this is really 7, and it's going to be x plus 6 squared minus 7 times 36. All right? Oh, by the way, I want to point out I need to take the root of that. So what do you get there? You get root 7. And then you get the root of x plus 6 squared minus 36. All right, I think I know what to do. And I'll write it down for you. This is going to be equal to 1 over root 7. And I'm going to write this down as 1 dx here, and then this root problem, x plus 6 squared minus 36. Let's see if I did that right before I go on. 7, yeah, I think I did it right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, let's see, x plus 6 is going to be I'm going to make a substitution over here. I'm going to say 6 secant theta. All right, so what does that mean? X plus 6 squared is 36 secant squared theta. I could also write down dx equals 6 secant theta, tan theta, d theta. Put a line over here, all right? So let's just do it. What do you get over here? Let's put this down here. 1 over root 7. I'm making a substitution that I do believe is going to work out pretty nicely. 1 over. That is going to be 36 secant squared theta minus 36. And then I do times the dx, which is 6 secant theta tangent theta d theta. Now let's keep moving. Oh, by the way, there's another hint in the problem. Not only did they say complete the square, but they said it has something to do with the natural log of an absolute value. All right, let's see if we can figure this thing out, though. 1 over root 7. I'm going to do the number first. And when I factor 36 from that radicand, it's square root of 36 is 6. The 6's cancel off. And what would you be left off with? The root of secant squared theta minus 1, which is the tangent squared of theta. And on the invertible region that we've chosen, I don't have to worry about the absolute value. That's just tan theta. Times secant theta tangent theta d theta. What happens here? Conditionally, these cancel off. What are you left off with? 1 over root 7. Forgot my star. This is going to be, let's see, secant. All right, this thing pops up quite often, and I'll write it down for you. By the way, on exams, I'll be honest with you, if you can't remember these things, let me point out what I mean by that. That I'd be really happy if you got there. But I understand people can't remember everything, nor do they have the time to derive everything. I probably would tell you the antiderivative, all right? Secant theta, tan theta, natural log of it. Now, at other teachers may say, I wouldn't tell you that. You got to figure it out yourself. I think there's too much to memorize sometimes, but there is some things to understand about C star. All right, what do I do now? 1 over root 7, natural log. Oh, here comes the tough part. I can't remember. It's right up here. So x plus 6 equals 6 secant theta. So x plus 6 over 6 equals secant theta. What does that mean? It means the cosine of theta is going to be equal to 6 over x plus 6. Let's do our little right triangle here. Kind of sloppy, but let's do it. You get 6, x plus 6. What's this side going to be? X plus 6 squared, which is x squared, plus 12x. I'm squaring x plus 6, by the way. Plus 36, minus 36. Well, that's done. I don't have much more to do with that. Let's do that. Well, the secant of theta, that's pretty easy. That's just x plus 6 over 6. The tan of theta is just this business over here. And that's over 6, right? Plus c. By the way, I'd be happy for you. It's a good answer. I do want to point out, I don't think most textbooks would write that answer down, by the way. But I do want to kind of look at it. They most likely write the answer that I have over here. Let me just go through it for you, though. What are you going to get over here? This is going to be 1 over root 7, ln. This is going to be x plus 6 plus the square root of x squared plus 12x over 6 plus c. What do they do now? Use the rules of log. Let's see, minus 1 over root 7, ln, absolute value of 6, which is just 6. I'm using the rules of logs, by the way, plus c. If you notice this over here, though, this is still a constant. It may be different than constant prior, but I'm going to call this thing, I don't know, maybe I'll call it C1, and I'll call this guy C. Let's put that down, and then we'll check it. Red pen comes out. Let's take a look at it. 1 over root 7, done. Natural log, absolute value, x plus 6. Let's see, square root. We got that. Everything is working as advertised. Thank you.